If you were watching the championship uh, FedEx Cup finals, you saw Wyndham Clark, who's the U.S. Open champion, on the driver's range doing something really different during his practice sessions. We're going to talk about that when we come back. It's a little out of the box, and a lot of people have commented on it, and they're wondering why he was doing what he was doing. Because if you know anything about Wyndham Clark, uh, months before he won his first tournament and then the U.S. Open, he had fired his coach, and he and his caddy took over his swing, and mostly himself. He didn't like what his coach was telling him. But I'll tell you what he does on the practice range, if you didn't see it, when we come back, and why that's perhaps what you should do. I do it myself. You can watch my earlier videos and see. I got some uh, bad remarks about that, but it's why I do it. And he was doing it basically not for the same reason, but it was helping him during his practice sessions. But I'll talk about it when we come back. Okay, the thing that Wyndham Clark was doing during his practice sessions, or he does every practice session, he does something that very few pros are doing, and that is he hits all his shots, and I mean all his practice shots, I mean from a full shot, off a tee. And you'll say, huh? Why does he do that? I mean, even on the course, he doesn't use tees on his par threes, so why does he practice like that with the ball teed up? He practices like that because he was having trouble with coming down too straight toward the ball, and he wanted to come in on a more flatter plane, and having the ball teed up lets him do that. If he comes too steep, too much of a descending blow with his clubs, he's taking too much of a pelt and he's missing the shot. And that's his tendency. So to get out of that tendency, he tees it up every shot on the practice tee. And it also frees him up this way. He can go through the ball. He's not hitting the turf and stopping his progress. It's a free swinging action. He just lays it off a little more and flattens it out. I don't exactly know how he does that, whether he stands a little further away from the ball and does that. I haven't studied his swing, but it's a pretty good idea if you're working at a problem not to put pressure on yourself by hitting it off the turf at first. Don't be afraid to tee it up and just swing easy and sweep it right off the tee. Like that. At the end of your session, you can always, not that he does this, but I'm talking to you, once you've straightened your swing out, you could just put it on the ground and hit the shot off the ground. So there you go. Don't be afraid to practice, even your wedges, full wedge shots, teed up. You don't have to tee it up that much. I'm on a mat here, but you can bring your own tees and tee it up just like you would on a par three with an iron. Just tee it up a little, and it frees your swing up, and it gives you one less thing to think about. And if you're hitting the ball with too much of a descending blow, then try the Wyndham Clark method and see where it gets you. Obviously, it's going to take pressure off your swing so you can work on weight shift or shoulder turn without worrying about taking a big pelt. And then at the end of your session, if you'd like, yeah, hit a few off the turf and get back into that mode of operation. But I think everyone, I do it myself just to warm up, just to sweep some balls off the tee when I'm really tight and on the practice range before I go out. Just sweep a few shots off the tee. It doesn't have to be my driver. It can be, this is a 7-wood, heavenwood actually, and it just gets me loose and it helps me in my warm-up to hit my first few shots off a tee. And maybe it'll help you too. So give it a try. Till next time, you know what I always say, keep hitting them well. And follow me on YouTube. And if you feel like it, subscribe to the channel. I will appreciate it. Thank you.